What's going on?
What's up, guys? Woo! It is Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
And we are here again.
We are here.
And
live on YenYorkCity podcast. Live.
And if you guys don't know, we are live also on YouTube and Twitch. And you watch it here live first. And if you miss it, you're going to have to wait a week.
A week.
Okay? Or be subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps the channel with its growth. And and it's been really a fun journey this year. We're in March already.
Yeah.
And
we've been preparing for our show.
Yesterday.
Yeah, we got our I guess we're almost solidified with what we're going to play at the show. Right?
Yeah.
So,
we got a nice list. It's a good hour. And it's going to be in May. So we have time, but we're working on a new song.
Yes. It's
coming out really good.
Epic.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it, so you got to come out to the show to hear it for the first time because we're going to try to get it to be launched that day, hopefully.
Yeah,
and,
it has to, or before.
Yeah. And it's going to be debuted on that day. So we're going to be, depending, I don't know when we're going to play at the festival. It's going to be at... what's the...
So we're playing a big festival. It's a steampunk world festival. So there's going to be stuff like Renaissance people. There's going to be archery. There's going to be people dressed up like steampunk, cyberpunk. It's going to be really fun.
Like a blend of different things.
It's going to be a blend of different things. And this year it's called Wonderland Alpha.
Wonder Place
Alpha.
And it's at Lake George, right?
It's upstate.
Yeah.
So we're going to be heading upstate, guys.
Upstate New York.
And I don't know, we might get a cabin. We might, do the whole thing. But it's been years since I've been to Lake George.
Hopefully I don't have to do any extreme video shoot with, dousing myself in mud.
Ooh, that would be fun. If you missed last week, it was really fun with Joey.
Yeah.
He was covered in mud for that music video.
So it's supposedly...
Some of it was... mud.
It may not have all been mud.
He was so fun.
Yeah, it's such a great time. So catch that last episode on YouTube now. It's available. And also, Mike Stone recently, they released his footage of when he did his tryouts for Primus.
Yeah.
So we did a little bit of highlight on that. His podcast is also available now on YouTube. So if you want to check out those, definitely do so.
I still think that he should have got the gig. Just saying.
Yeah.
It was so perfect. But everyone's saying that, man, how much greater is the guy they actually picked? Because Michael Stone has like that classic Primus sound. And he just has the whole vibe, everything.
If you look at the comments, everyone loved him.
Everyone's like, this guy was the one. I mean, I'm excited to see if this is not the one they didn't pick, then wow, the other guy must be like incredible.
Well, he's got to be on deck.
Too. Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if anything happens, they already know who to call, like I said, right?
Mm-hmm.
If anything. So, yeah, but
it did help him a lot, he's getting the exposure, he's getting the experience, and he's getting the connection. So regardless,
I'm so excited for Mike Stone. So we have another amazing man tonight.
Amazing.
Jeremy
with an
Barbour.
Amazing beard.
Oh, he's a beard guy. You know I love a good beard on a man. So
he's got that whole ZZ Top look.
You gotta get pointers because he's getting there with the beard.
Yeah, I gotta get that routine, the treatment.
Yeah. When I met him, he was bald and he had no facial hair, and I was like, honey, we need to. I mean, why not? If you have the curls and everything.
I was a binky.
I was like, I want that wilderness. We're gonna go upstate, so I'm gonna have you do things in the wilderness.
You're gonna put leaves in my hair?
Well, you're from Jersey and you're from the suburbs, so you're used to that. The woods.
I'm looking at Jeremy's side window here, and he's over here like covering his beard in, like he's like, yes.
He does this all the time.
Yeah.
This is like his thinking pose.
Yeah, that's the thinking.
I'm like, what are you thinking about?
I'm also trying to keep it straight down without having to flail out.
I did get him a beard straightener for his birthday, so it worked. I think, but sometimes even though he uses it, he still feels like the need that he has to pull it.
Yes.
Well, we could talk about beards with Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get him here because, I mean, he's the man of the hour. Jeremy, are you ready for me, baby?
I am.
Let's do this. He is. Let's get Jeremy Barbour here on YenYorkCity Live.
There he is.
Woo!
Look at that handsome
with
man.
That, with that epic beard. Whoa. Like, you could read. How many inches is that, Jeremy?
Like a forearm.
How tall are you?
5'9".
Okay, so it's longer than mine then.
Much longer.
Much longer.
Wow. How long does it take? It takes like how many years? Because this has been, what, 2 years?
About
2 years.
Yeah, with some
I don't know,
trimming.
I've had facial hair like since right out of high school, so I didn't like go from clean shaven to this, so I wouldn't really know. It would probably be about 2 years, I'd say.
Yeah. And then when the weather changes and it gets really warm, he always gets the urge to just shave it off.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
I don't.
No. He's like,
He's
nope.
built different. He's built
He's
different.
like, I made it this far. I'm not going
Yeah,
back.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And it moved from here to here, so I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you gotta have some hair, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. It looks weird if you don't.
Yeah.
So, originally, Jeremy, you're a New Yorker, right?
Yeah, upstate Syracuse.
Wow. So you got to tell us more because we're going to have
cold
this.
as shit.
Yeah, it is very cold and it snows so much up there. We get snow.
Yeah, dude.
Your arms must be
Like,
jacked from shoveling all the time.
I just have the one right arm.
That's
it. Yeah, like I remember back home, like the last winter before I moved, we had a blizzard of 3 days. We got 32 inches of snow in those 3 days. And I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I hate it.
Yeah,
And
swim in
so
it.
thankfully in Nashville, we don't get much snow really.
So how is that
But-
transition when how much different is the weather in Nashville?
I mean, you get really, really hot for sure down here. But the cold doesn't get nearly as cold as in Syracuse, though. It doesn't get to like where it hurts to breathe.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit our.
yeah, we
was
do
it-
get ice. We do get ice, so not a whole lot of snow. It does get cold, but nothing compared to Syracuse.
Yeah, I think our low here was at 19 at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets into the teens. I think that's
Yeah.
when it starts getting cold for me, but I'm so used to it.
Yeah, we got down to like 5 or 8 here, but in Syracuse, like there'd be like a wind chill of like -10 or something stupid like that.
It's like you spit, it turns to
Horrible.
ice.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I saw this one video. I don't know if it's weird to say it, but it was this one video of these teenagers. I think they were like in Siberia or one of those really cold places. And I guess they were drinking. And then the guy went to the backyard and they were teenagers. So you know how teenagers do dumb things. He started, taking a piss in the backyard and it froze and he's walking to
no.
his friend and he's like, oh, no, 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 no. And then they're like talking and it's like a stream of an icicle.
Jeez.
And I thought, I was like, that can't be real. And it's like, no, it must,
Yeah.
the body warmth and the coldness, the Arctic.
Freezing his pecker
Ugh.
off.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
wants
is
that?
this? But yeah.
I seen a video of a guy who dips his hair in water and lays down on a table and then waits for a few minutes and then gets up and he looks like the
Like the
Slim
static-
Jim
the
guy,
Static X
you know?
guy
Yeah,
Oh,
Static X
that's
guy.
awesome.
Just stayed
with the
straight up.
icicles.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Experiments.
Awesome Prime, what's up?
What's up? Thank you guys for being here. So tonight, I always say tonight. I'm still not used to these early days. We used to do these at 7, but like I feel like this is a good time. You
Yeah.
have your lunch.
I
You're
like-
nice and up.
And
I'm
it
still
gives,
having
it gives
my
me
coffee
time
though.
to do my edits throughout the day.
Still be productive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still feel like energized. Sundays could be
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the road right now, Jeremy?
We're home for a little bit, but yeah, I'm this year I'm still going out with 3 Doors Down, and we're going out with Creed again this year.
Wow.
So you're still teching with them, which is awesome.
Yeah, I've been there since 2021, so I've been there for a bit
Wow.
now.
So
Yeah.
how did you start your journey? Let's rewind a little bit because we want to get to the very beginning of your lore. Like what made you the bearded, awesome tech for Three Doors Down, which is a freaking really big band, right?
Yeah, that's a cool gig.
So how did that happen?
So with Three Doors, so back like before COVID, there's still the one jam night in town, but there were two main nights in Nashville, like jam nights just for musicians to meet each other and stuff. And one that's still going on is Rare Hair that Tyson Leslie puts on, and he helps so many people in town. And the other one was Loud Jams that was put on by Tom Hurst, who we like so many people in this town owe our careers to both of those guys. And there was one Loud Jams that Chuck, our tour manager, brought the drummer, Greg Upchurch, because they had a year off or something from touring, and Greg was just bored, so we wanted to meet musicians to play with. And so met Chuck there, and I met Greg, and me and Greg ended up just like playing together in town a bunch. We just like really hit it off. Then that was, I want to say, 2019. So fast forward to 21, they needed a tech, and I reached out to our tour manager, and man, it's just like a domino effect in Nashville. Like you just don't know how stuff's gonna happen. So Chuck told me that when he got my message, he ran it by Tom, the guy that put on Loud Jams, and he vouched for me. So it's one of those, if I never did Loud Jams, I wouldn't have this Three Doors gig. And it's wild.
Yeah.
It's who you know, right?
So how did you get the notice that they were looking for a tech?
Facebook. I was friends with the tour manager on Facebook, and he was posted asking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like networking is so important, and getting through to different networks that you see how many people really vouch for you, because we've spoken to people that like, if it wasn't for this guy, if it wasn't for me and this connection.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's one of those things. And also being an amazing person. Like I feel completely.
You have to have a vibe, yeah.
Yes, and it's
because no one's gonna vouch for you if like they don't want to be on a bus with you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's one of the things that Primus had said in their interview is like when they were talking about Mike Stone, he was like, I think we can definitely get along with him because he's a very chill guy, you know?
Yeah,
so he was like, that's the big thing is the personality, you know?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, if you have a lot of work in Nashville, like, you know, you're talented, but like, so many people in town are just absolutely killer players, but you have to be a cool person.
Easy to work with.
Yeah. As a lot of people,
especially on tour, like you're on a bus with these people all the time. Like you can't be a dick.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the common theme, right? Like,
don't be a dick.
And it's not that hard of a concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's something that we've gotten a lot of that. Like meeting people and the hang also afterwards, like being around people that you can feel like a family. Yeah. It feels like
that's
a family.
the most important thing.
So when you got this gig, so it's been a few years now. Wow. Like, and I remember when COVID happened, you know, there was no concerts, no shows. And then boom, everything started and these festivals started and everything.
Huge. Yeah.
So that whole experience must have been like, wow, like we go from the lockdown to this, and then the big arenas, they sell out too. It's a big
especially
production.
This last year with Creed. Yeah, especially last year with Creed, it was nuts.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like it was something like 95 to 98% of the shows on the Creed tour were sold out. It was nuts.
I believe it. And isn't that amazing that these guys are still doing it after so many years? I love seeing that because like, growing up with all these bands and watching them, and it's like, wow, like you don't see that a lot, right? In a lot of other genres. Yeah,
it's like you still want to go hear the songs. Like, so it's good when bands like stay together that long, because I mean we all love music. I want to go hear the songs. Like I love shows. So that's why I love when there's bands that have careers for like 20 to 40 years.
Yeah, like when we went to see, speaking of Primus, it was they did it was 3 bands. It was a Perfect Circle, Pussifer.
Yes, Sasanta.
Yes. And I'm telling you, it was so fun to see them have fun on stage. They had 3 drummers on the top.
Yeah.
The planning on that's got to be ridiculous.
I loved it.
Yeah, for real. I have 3 bands on stage at the same time.
All at once, right? And then like
Oh
having
my
to
God.
bounce between the switches to cut in and out of every drummer, guitarist, bassist that's on, because they only do 3 songs each in rotation.
Right.
So that's got to be a hell of a system.
Yeah, that front of house guy is working for it.
Oh yeah.
So tell us a day in a life of you, Jeremy, being a tech for such a large group, a big time group.
So with that one, like load in like 9 or 10, and I just pretty much just set the stage, set up. They don't have amps; they go Kemper, so it's just way easier than amps. Just put some XLR cables in, but mainly just make sure the guitars are all just like strung up and just show ready. So I do that for a few hours, then we do a sound check, and then I get a little break. Then we do the show, then I load out, and it's but man, like I just gotta because of the lack of amps, I really focus on making sure all the guitars are really, really like dialed in and all that stuff. So I do spend a good amount of time on that. But yeah, I get tech for 2 guys. I tech for Chet, the guitar player, and Justin, the bassist. So I gotta, make sure both rigs are working both all the time.
Got double the work. Are they paying you double?
Yeah.
So how many guitars each do you have to work with?
On a headline tour, Chet will have 5 to 7, and then Justin will have like 3 basses. So Justin's like super easy. Chet's super easy too. It's just he has more guitars, so just more stringing and just more maintenance to do. And it's really not that bad. I have 2 of the easiest guys to tech for.
Does he do a lot of like odd tunings on this guitar, or is it all standard?
No, it's mainly all standard. There's like some drop D, Here Without You's E flat, and then they have like random songs that'll be in like C standard, which is weird.
And
so I have to have a specific guitar for those. Yeah.
Yeah. So does he run like what kind of rig is he running in the back? Like with his, I don't know if it's like plugins or if it's like
we're
pedal
all Kemper.
Kemper?
Yeah, we're just Kemper.
And it's MIDI controlled?
No, it's just a foot switch. And you have all the amps and all the pedals in there, and it's just XLRs out. And then it goes right to the monitors. There's no stage volume.
But it switches through songs,
it's
right?
Nice. Yeah.
Like, does he play on a click?
Yeah, there's a click running. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of bands that are moving into like the whole like automation with MIDI, right? Like changing patches in middle of songs and stuff.
Yeah, I know like Megadeth does that. We don't do that, but I know a lot of bands do that, so I don't have to worry about the pedal board. It's super convenient, but like I wouldn't like to not have that control, I don't think.
Does he so he controls the sounds himself?
Yeah, it's just like a regular pedal board, but it's every amp and everything. You have all the presets, and you have like there's like 50 different banks, and each bank has like 4 options on it, so you can have so many tones in that thing.
Sorry, give us one moment.
Oh, you good?
So what are you playing right now?
Right now, for a bunch. So I've always been like a Les Paul guy. So I have a good Les Paul. I have a 7-string John Petrucci guitar, which I am loving shredding on that thing. And then I have a Yamaha 5-string for just all my other bass gigs. And I mess around like the mandolin and steel and all that. But yeah, the Les Paul and the Petrucci guitar are my main ones. I'm loving that Petrucci guitar.
Yeah, there's that Ernie Ball. Was that Majesty?
Yeah. Yep, it's got a purple finish too. It's really sick. It just plays so fast too. I like doing all that shreddy stuff on it.
Yeah, we have neighbors moving in, and it's like it's like happening on a Sunday. And
That's weird.
we're just trying to get less of the puppies. I have a puppy now here.
Oh, nice.
We'll bring him. It's a little Pomeranian. You know Pomeranians.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love how there's like this kind of thing where when you go on tour, every place is very different, right? But it's also he's bringing him in here so he can stop barking in the background.
Aww.
There he goes. That's Rocket.
Hi, Rocket.
So yeah.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he's just a year old. So he's like he's very needy. He's very needy right now.
That's awesome.
He's such a puppy. But yeah, so
that's awesome.
Be good, okay? Be good. He just wants attention. So, one of the things that with every stage, there's different kinds of what's the setup when you have like a bigger stage and a smaller stage? Especially with drums, we always have that problem, like bleed and everything like that. But
with us, like even if it's like a bigger stage, like they put the lights all the way back, and then for the drums, there's always like a certain amount. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how many we got on this year versus last, but it's always something like 14 feet or something from the edge of the stage to the drums. So that doesn't really change much. It just affects the lights, which makes everything pretty easy on my part because it's not like I have to spread a bunch of stuff out.
Yeah. Has there been any like crazy technical stuff happening in the last tour that is fun to like, I don't know, talk about? Because I love those crazy stories, like things kind of happening and you're like, oh God, and then you have to save the day. Do you have any stories like that to share?
So here's my favorite story. We were leaving, we were going to bus call, and Chet was bringing one of his main guitar, and it fell out of the back of his truck driving to the bus, and it got ran over by a truck. In the case. Yeah, his guitar got ran over by a truck.
And was it a hard show? And did it survive? Or was it
one of the Gator cases, thankfully. So but we opened it up, and we opened it up, and so we got hit by a truck. We did some fixing. We had it ready sound check the next day.
What? Yeah. What kind of truck was it? Was it just like a smaller I'm like thinking it's like a huge...
Don't know. I wasn't there. But, like the look on his face when he told me the next morning, it was like he was so devastated because I got hit by a truck. And then we just then it wasn't like it like stopped or saved the show or anything, but I love that because they got ran over and then we had it ready for sound check.
Wow.
Jeez. So it was good to go.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. So one of his guys got his guitar got run over by a truck, but it was one of those alligator hard cases, and so he managed to make it work the day of the show.
The next day. Yeah.
The next day.
We had up at sound check. Yeah.
I'm like, damn. You know what? He should get sponsored by that case and say, hey man.
Chet was talking about that. He should be like a spokesperson for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Survives the toughest of trucks. And then it's
for
like
real. It'd be a good pitch.
I mean, like literally and then you're in it and you're like, I was sweating for a minute, but then when we saw the guitar, it survived.
Would it survive the test?
Actually run over a guitar with a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like there's been commercials of certain products like that, right?
Will it survive the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So anything else that's really funny that happened that you're like, well, yeah, that happened, and you can share with us?
I'm trying to think anything that was like, nothing else really off the top of my head. It's been pretty just like, I mean, there's been just like broken strings, and then you have to like quickly get it back, change it, and then like usually you try to have it back for the end of the song, which is nice. Nothing else really on my end. That's like the one thing I've had.
So I'm going back because I had stepped away for just a moment, and I heard
Yeah.
I want to talk about your Ernie Ball because you're a fan of Dream Theater apparently.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I love Dream Theater. Yeah.
oh, this is your guy right here. This is
Hell
your
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I play a lot of Dream Theater on stream. So.
A lot of drums. So
Nice.
when he plays, he'll play like what I think we did a stream, and it was like a 4-hour stream, and he played 3 Dream Theater albums from back to back. That's how.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how obsessed he
And
is.
when he did that, it was only males that watched it.
Pretty much.
I mean, he made me a fan. I was like a fan, but I
wow.
became a super fan after me and him got together, and I appreciate it completely, and I understand why it's
Yeah,
so
they're
amazing.
crazy. Yeah, I went to I just saw them when they came to Nashville, and it was such a killer show. It was cool seeing Mike Portnoy back.
How do
Yeah.
you feel about that? Because the other Mike Mangini is a freaking god too, but
Yeah,
Mike
but
Portnoy.
like, yeah, man, fans they always get the original guy back though. So it was always just for me. I always thought it was just a matter of time because it's rare when like bands don't have members come back eventually. So it was so nice seeing that reunion though.
So what do you think is the difference between both styles? That's always like a controversial thing with drummers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mangini's probably like technically probably a better drummer, like just technical wise, but I always like Portnoy's feel more for the songs. And he had just like so much like he had so much like control and not I don't know if control is the right word, but he had all his hands everywhere in Dream Theater. So he was like in charge of so much stuff. And I know Mike Mangini wasn't. So it's kind of cool to they're going back to that old way where he's just doing all the stuff and he's super hands-on.
How do you like the new album?
So good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song on the new album?
You know, I've only heard it once or twice because I wanted to hear it to go to the show. So I haven't really I don't know the names really, but I heard it once or twice and I was like, that sounds just like Portnoy. It's so good. But I'm way more on like the older Portnoy stuff.
Same here.
Which I went with a couple friends in town. My friend Augusta, Josh, and Jack, and we were all just like nerding out the whole time. It was a huge 3-hour show to shred fest.
Could you play any of the Dream Theater stuff on the guitar?
Pull me under, I can. I really want to get more. I want to learn more. That's a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Petrucci's a nut.
Yeah, he doesn't suck. Yeah.
Not at all.
No.
Did he inspire you to grow that epic beard? Because he has that. He's a bear, right? He has
Yeah,
that
he
beard.
did. Yeah.
And he has
It wasn't
beard
even-
oil
it
too.
wasn't- And I used to have like the balding hair like he did too. Yeah.
And
But
then
yeah,
you
it
just
was-
did
it
the
was-
shave. It's like, at least, you did that. Because he was telling me, because his dad,
Yeah.
he's gone, bald, and he shaved his head. And he's like, if it ever happens and I just want to hold on to those side, please tell me to
Yeah.
shave it.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't want to look like like a clown up there with just the ring of
Oh.
hair.
I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah,
You can
dude,
grow a
like-
beard.
Yep. Yeah, it's like, look, man, when I finally decided to get rid of it, I was like, I should have done this like a few years ago.
Yeah.
It looks badass.
But it's like man, you want to hold on to what you have, right?
I know, but it's gone.
Yeah.
Let
Gotta
it go.
accept
You,
it.
you just refuse to accept it.
Yeah. But no, this is a great look.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
you
look so cool.
epic.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
I like
Yeah.
it when you do the little the twists of the mustache, giving that old
Oh
school.
yeah, I do sometimes. Yeah, I can get that going a little bit. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can see you in the whole steampunk outfit.
Yeah.
with the- 'cause
Oh yeah.
I love
I
that
can totally
look.
do it. Yeah, I can totally do that.
Well, let's talk about your project right now. So I know you also work with Jared Weeks from Saving
Yeah.
Abel.
Yep, I do that. And then I have a band called Coffin Hunter with Jack from Exodus. It's like a bluegrass band, which is awesome. Just like shreddy, but there's no distortion. And then in town for fun, mainly it's not mainly why I got 7-string. I've always had 7s. But for fun, I have a group of friends. We do a bunch of corn songs like 3 times a year. That's just in town here. So that's a good excuse to use my 7-string out.
Yeah.
None of my other gigs require 7 strings.
What are the bands that you're into right now that play 7 strings?
All That Remains, I love their new record. Spirit Box.
Spirit Box came out with a new album.
Yeah, like the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good.
Yeah.
There's just like, yeah, I don't know, like off the top of my head, a bunch of, because a lot of bands will just downtune the hell out of like a 6-string guitar, but I've always liked the 7 because you have that extra option on the higher string.
Mm-hmm.
So I never liked the 6-string baritones. I like having a 7.
Which is your favorite?
Yeah, those are the two main bands now that I listen to that do 7s.
Also, Sleep Token gave us a little bit of a teaser this week.
Yeah,
They're from
I haven't heard
London.
yet.
They're from London, and yeah, we're excited because they're coming out with a new album this year too.
And speaking of All That Remains, we have Matt Dice coming on the show in about.
Matt's one of my best friends, man. I love him.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
he's
I'm
great.
really excited to talk to him too. I'm just excited.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's a great guy. You're gonna love him.
I believe you, because everyone that's been on the show, it's funny because it feels like a big family. Because everyone,
him, and Dave, man, we threw each other so many gigs here.
Wow.
Have you guys done things together, like the trio?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's always fun.
It was pretty much like all of us. Like it was like if a drummer got hired and then they needed a guitar player and or bass player, we would just throw each other all that stuff, and it just worked so well for us.
Yeah.
We just built each other up here. Like I know Matt. Like when me and Matt met, it was right when he left All That Remains and right after my last show with Jello. And so it's not like, for me, I love telling that to people because it's not like either of us were using each other like, oh, maybe like, I'll be friends with him and maybe if they lose a guitar player, he'll hire me. It's like, we didn't have shit. So it's like, we just became friends because we liked each other. And then we kept throwing each other stuff and built each other up here in Nashville. And here we are.
That's what it's all about too. It's like the collaborations, right? And it's like
I'm all about it.
Genuine friendships like that too, because people can tell when you're just using them like to get a gig, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, with me, Matt, and Dave, we just love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave was so fun to talk to. I felt like with Dave, we could have kept on going for hours because we had so many things in common too.
Yeah. I just saw him the other night too.
Yeah, he was on tour, right? Recently?
He's doing festivals.
Yeah, we're doing one I forgot Welcome to Rockville. We're the same day as Saving Abel, so I'm excited to go see him play.
Yeah, he was telling me, he's like, I have all my buddies and we're gonna like
there's
hanging
so many
out.
of us like
Exodus, he said too that they're gonna play and they have a set. And it was just amazing. And there's so many like epic bands playing that event because it's like 3 days.
Nuts.
It's 3 days.
Yeah,
right?
I'm only there for the one day. I wish I could stay, but we have it's like all that whole weekend we're at different festivals. So I've seen a lot of bands those 4 days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like like the grunge scene where like a lot of like the members kind of like intertwined with one another.
Oh, forget it. We could talk about, Seattle and everything. And that's another thing we're going to talk about, guys. I'm going to swoon a little bit because I'm like a huge, huge Chris Cornell fan.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've been a fan of Chris Cornell since I was 12 and I was in junior high school. And I feel like I grew up in stages of my life seeing him get older. And I went, my first concert was a Lollapalooza concert, and I was a tween, cool. And it was the one that it was Soundgarden, Metallica, the Ramones, and
I have a poster of that somewhere.
Screaming Trees. I mean, oh man, so like I remember that so vividly. It was the first time I ever crowd surfed. I was a baby, but it was like
so jealous. Saw the Ramones.
Oh, I know. I feel so blessed that I got to see them all, where they were still all like the members, and then as I got older, I have to find it when he did his solo stuff, because I saw Soundgarden in their prime, and then when he did his solo stuff on Euphoria, I went to that show that they did, and it was with Chris Greg Upchurch.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
after the show, I met all of them. Alan, Natasha when she was still around, and
Natasha,
Greg.
yeah.
Ah.
I love 11.
11.
I love 11.
I know, and Alan follows me on Instagram, and I still
Hell
see him,
yeah.
and I still see him post so many pictures of Natasha and when they did the whole tour, and I see Greg, and I
Yeah.
have pictures with them, and I have a picture. Greg was so young, I was a baby, I was so young too, and I'm like,
11 was his first big gig.
yeah. So it's crazy that you guys are all saying that you're all friends, and then you got
It's
a
so
chance
wild, yeah.
to play with Soundgarden, and we found that video, and I was like,
Yeah.
get the fuck
I
out
pulled
of
it
here.
up. I'm like, oh shit, babe, look at this.
Yeah, I was like 20. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so awesome.
We gotta show a piece of it, because and you gotta
Yeah.
set the stage. How did this even
Yeah, how did it happen?
before we even show this amazing clip?
Yeah, so it was like a month. So I already had tickets to go to Soundgarden because it was on that King Animal tour right when they put out that album, and I just wanted to go to Sound. So I went to it was a Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah.
I took like a Greyhound from Syracuse there, and so I like a month or so before that, I saw at one of Chris's solo shows that some dude like brought a sign to ask to play some song with him, and he called him up, and I was like, well, I should try that. I mean, what's the worst that happens? They just don't.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's a great
I'm like,
attitude.
yeah, right. And so I did that. I made the sign for Outshine, and then Chris called me up, and I got to play Outshine with him.
Oh man, what an
So
experience!
he saw the sign. He was like, you.
You come
Yes,
here.
I waited like 2 hours before doors opened in line to make sure I got right on the fucking guardrail.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got
So
you
that's
got to
how we
read
gotta do
it.
it.
So what did it
Yeah,
say on the
right.
sign? Can I play guitar?
Can I play Outshine on stage? Yeah.
And
That's hilarious.
That was so
It was pretty
Chris.
clear cut. Yeah.
That was so Chris. He was such a tender, sweet man, and
Yeah.
I mean,
It's nuts. He just let me do that, like a 20-year-old kid.
he loved to make people feel like amazing. Like he was just one of
Yeah.
those people. And so you went up there, and it must have been so surreal because you're 20 years old.
You're like, oh shit, this is actually happening.
Yep. Yep.
and then
It's like, shit, where's it go from here, huh?
and he made you feel so comfortable, right? Because like
Yeah.
when the guitar
Just like I
tech,
was just playing with them all. Yeah.
and then he goes, "That wasn't your fault. That was his fault." And then he took the
Yeah,
guitar.
they gave me a guitar that wasn't in drop D. It was in standard, and that song's drop D.
Yeah.
So,
You were
yeah.
playing it, and they were like, yeah, that's not working.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds wrong. Yeah.
But then that's what I mean. Like Chris was like, "That wasn't your fault. That was his fault." And then they grabbed another guitar and they gave you the right one, and then you just started like jamming.
did it.
Oh my god! So we
Just
got to
did
show
it.
this.
Let's see
We got to
this.
show this.
Yeah.
'Cause
Load
this is
this up.
amazing.
We'll have the mics hot so you can talk as it's going.
So he goes and
Gets the guitar.
Yeah, gets the guitar.
Yep.
Oh my god, you
Playing
were
it.
20 here. You were a baby.
He just started playing like
Yeah,
it's
dude, I
on.
know.
Aw, what a cutie.
It was nuts. I was playing with
So-
Matt Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh man, Matt Cameron is one of my. He's one of the reasons why I got a drum kit at 16. I
Yeah.
wanted to be like Matt and Danny Carey. Those were my two that I was obsessed with.
Man,
So-
that show was rad too because it just started. They opened with Jesus Christ pose, and so Matt just walked on stage by himself and it started that drum intro. Then they all started coming. I was like, it was so cool.
Oh man.
So did you know that the guitar was not in tune? You were just playing.
I don't think I realized because I was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy
On the
shit.
spot. On the spot.
Yeah, this
And then-
happened.
but
Oh my
look-
god.
Look at that. Then Chris just like makes him feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
And then you know what I mean?
That's
that was
so
so
awesome.
him.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then
And you're like a natural up there, dude. Like as if you played
he's
in
a
front
rock
of
star too.
hundreds
Well,
of
I-
thousands of people already. Like
Yeah, I was in a couple local bands back in Syracuse, but it was to like 13 people, not to that.
And then there he goes. There he goes.
Yep. I love Kim too. He's such a killer
Oh,
player.
he's such a sweet person too. And then you were like vibing with Kim there too.
Yeah, and I walked over to Ben too.
Ben with his low bass and the way he
Yeah.
plays. I love the way he
Well, because
plays.
I was like, I literally can go walk over and jam with Kim Thale and Ben. I was like, so I might as well.
Oh man. I feel so lucky that I got to see Chris Cornell in all his stages. Like I got to see him with Audio Slave 2, his solo project.
Did you?
And the last show I went to see was when he played with Temple of the Dog in Madison Square Garden.
Man, I wish I went to that.
I feel like that. When I think about it, it messes me up because I'm like, I got to see Temple of the Dog, and when he passed, he was like the one singer that I felt like completely crushed. Like I felt like I grew up just seeing him, get older, and he was one of my biggest inspirations and the most beautiful.
So talented.
His voice. And look, he's over here now, just like part of Soundgarden.
Well, I was like, I might as well. I mean, Ben's right there. I might as well go walk over and play with him.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were vibing, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was nuts that happened.
So, were you actually nervous?
No, I remember feeling more excited and just kind of knowing that I had to kind of kill it. Because that's never gonna happen again.
And you knew the song, like it was
Oh, dude! Oh God! Yeah, I was not gonna go up unprepared. That'd be horrible.
I know what I'm doing.
And then no, I don't.
Yeah, because when you're up there and you're there, you're like, I'm gonna do this damn thing and I'm gonna do it right.
Because you know how embarrassing it would be if I asked that and Chris called me up and I didn't know the song.
Yeah. It's like that would be a meme at that point.
Totally. Yeah.
This will forever be one of the best moments of Jeremy's life.
Oh my God.
One of them, right?
How do you top that?
Oh man. Amazing. I just, when I saw this, when he showed it to me, I couldn't stop smiling. I was so happy
that's awesome.
for you.
Thank you.
Oh man. What a memory.
Yeah.
I had to bring that up. I really did. And
so cool.
That's fun.
So with Jared Weeks, we also want to show Addicted live, which is like another of their songs.
So you're playing with Jared Weeks' solo project.
Yeah, this is a solo.
Yeah.
And how did you get that gig? I know you're connected with Dave and Saving Abel.
Yeah. So if this was before Jared came back, and this was the night I met Matt Dice, that's why it is such a special night, because we were doing this charity night in town, and they put me, Jared, and Matt, and John Wysocki, the original for Stain. We all did Mud Shovel together. And so I met Jared like a year or so before that at a Seven Dust show here. We just kept in touch, and we needed a singer on the song, and I was like, for charity, I might as well reach out to see if Jared wants to come do it, because also that'd be sick to play with Jared. He came out, we did that song, and we just vibed really well. And I want to say maybe a month or a couple weeks later, he called, and he was putting together his solo project, and he asked me to play guitar on it. And then he said he needed a bass player and a drummer, and he got the bass player, but I was like, I have a guy, Dave. And so that's how Dave got that. And then COVID happened, so we did the Hello TV one that the clip's from, and then Jared back to Saving Abel, and brought Dave with him. So it was cool that I got to bring Dave into the Jared Weeks camp, and then when Jared went back to Saving Abel, he brought Dave into it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like a bridge into
it worked out so well.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Let's see this clip. This one's give us a synopsis of this the setup here. It's on Hello TV.
Yeah, so they did that during COVID. They had a bunch of bands come in and just shoot a live video and a whole live set. And that's what we did. It was man, probably 4 or 5 months into COVID, so it was still pretty fresh. But we all just wanted to play, so they just had a good outlet for people in Nashville to do that. They had a ton of bands come through and do that.
So it's a venue?
Cool that it was in Soundcheck, one of the big rehearsal spaces here. They just professionally filmed it and mixed and all that stuff, and they streamed it, and it just felt really good to play when we couldn't.
It's got a venue
Yeah.
vibe to it with all the lights and stuff.
Yeah, they really did a good job at that place.
Let's see. I'll load it up. There he
Oh,
is.
there you go.
Yup.
Yeah, there
I
it
love
goes.
Jared.
Jeremy with the hair.
Yup. Look like a crazy college professor. Yeah, I love Jared. He's another so good friend of mine here.
He got that soul in him too.
Yeah. He's a really good singer-songwriter.
Yeah. Who's on bass?
Lee Michael Vaccaro. He plays with Jared Blake and Big Vinny and stuff. And
And the lights,
Yeah.
everything. They created the whole atmosphere, the vibe.
yeah, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. We did that we had one day of rehearsals, then we did the shoot, and it just felt good just to be back together with everybody.
I like this live version.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
Ooh. Wow. So you've been around, Jared. Like you've been on like different projects, different stages with different so many
Yeah, I love
different
it.
bands. So you
Yeah, I
are
love it. I
so
love playing.
and they're kind of different styles a little bit, right? Or is it almost like you would say
Oh no, Coffin Hunter, that's like a total it's basically bluegrass but with drums, and Dave's also in that too.
Oh, yeah.
So so I've done modern country, thrash metal, and then all the way into that. I just like playing.
I love that because to me that's like the best thing is to be able to enjoy different genres and just,
Yeah, a good song's a good song. I don't care what
Right.
genre it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, if you could vibe with it, if you could feel it, and you can
has a
resonate.
groove.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah,
next
it's all in the songwriting. Like if it's a good song, it's a good song.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons why I was like saying how wow, you have so many different bands and projects. It's like they're still in the rock genre,
Yeah.
but I want to ask you, is there any kind of music that is unconventional that you are really big fan of, like that people don't think that you would be a fan of? I always like asking that because people always sometimes you get surprised on what people really like. What is the most outlandish thing that people won't think that you're into?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love outlaw country, I love the real country, like Sturgill Simpson and Tyler Childers and people like that. I'm not a fan of the pop country. I understand it makes a lot of money and a lot of people love it, but I love Sturgill and Stapleton and the real stuff.
Yeah.
And again, like I said too, there's more genuine songwriting in those things. That's probably why it drew me to it.
Yeah, I think they have a little bit more emotion involved in their music, don't they?
Yeah, because it's not it got written by a bunch of singer or songwriters at
Yeah, the pop
BMI, and
stuff.
then it goes to an artist or whatever. Yeah.
And it's not even it's not overly formulated in a sense.
No,
Yeah.
it's not oh yeah, this has to go here because these songs do this now and all that. And
Mm.
So
yeah,
what
that's why I
kind of
like that.
what kind of bands did you grow up really being really a big fan of?
Oh, I grew up in the thrash metal pretty much. Exodus, Metallica, Slayer, and all that stuff. I just like the really just fast kind of playing.
Anthrax.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, man. Another weird story. Joey Belladonna played my high school grad party.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he had a cover band. He's from Oswego, not far from Syracuse. And when he was home from Anthrax, he had a cover band. They would play 4 hours in bars, and so I'd go see him stand right outside the door, right outside the fence where I couldn't go in because I was 16, 17, and my dad reached out to him and they played my grad party, and I got to play with Joey 5 songs.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Do you still
Yeah.
keep in contact with him?
A little bit. I went to I saw Exodus a year or two ago when they opened for Anthrax, and I got to talk to Joey then, so that was super nice.
That's amazing. That's another cool story.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, one that sort of slipped my mind too.
Well, that's why these
I'm surprised I even pegged that one. It's like Anthrax. Oh wait, that was the one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you had to mention that specific band. Yeah.
yeah, because they're part of the big three, right? Like Metallica,
Four.
Anthrax.
I went to that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Big Four show at Yankee Stadium.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to see those guys play.
So, what was your first concert like? Because I was just telling you my first concert.
My first concert was Black Eyed Peas.
Nice.
See, now that's
Yeah.
unconventional. Like that's so you were a big fan when you went to see
I was
them.
in like middle school. It was like right when like "Where's the Love" was the hit and stuff. So I just liked music, and they came to the New York State Fair, and my dad took me, and that was my first show.
Wow. So that
Black Eyed Peas.
what was yours?
I'm pretty sure it was my first. Right after that one, I went to Project Revolution, which was Linkin Park's tour. It was like a month after that,
Oh,
so I saw
lucky.
like that whole. Yeah, it was cool.
Hmm.
So those were my first two, and they were with like a month of each other. They're so different styles.
Yeah, that's what's fun about it is that especially
Yeah.
in New York, you get to we're lucky that we get to see all kinds of bands come through here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first concert was Santana.
Oh, well, your dad.
Oh, my dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
And like he goes to the front of the crowd, and my mom runs up there, and then she was very close to him, but then like he ends up grabbing someone else's handkerchief and wipes his sweat off and hands it back to her.
Oh man.
I
I
know
was like,
your
"Oh,
dad
no."
told me that he was pissed off because he had written a book or something, and he handed it to him, to Carlos, and she was like, "Can you sign it?" And he took it and threw it
Yeah,
and said, "I'm not gonna sign
Damn.
that."
middle of a
Damn.
show, I guess.
and then
Oh god.
and then your dad was like, "That's my wife" or something. And I was
Yeah.
Right.
like,
It's messed up.
Damn.
that was like the one thing I remember your dad told me. I was like, "Damn."
But he was a big fan of Santana. He still is. Like his
Yeah, I love Santana.
his guitar playing, it's like,
There's so much feel in it.
yeah. And my
He
dad
makes
my
love
dad's
to the
very
guitar.
influenced by him, so he plays almost similar to how Santana plays, which is really cool.
Nice.
But-
I love that like just the feel that he has. You can just feel every note he plays.
It's all emotion. He makes
Yeah.
us sing.
Yeah, I love it.
What are your top 5 favorite guitarists of all time?
That you're influenced by.
James Hetfield for sure. Another one that's kind of like not a lot of people say they were influenced by him, but one for me was Tom Morello because like he just made sounds I never heard come from a guitar.
Mm.
Super innovative.
Yeah, I was like, how the hell is he doing that? And but he was like, I just never heard that before. So
And he
then,
made a sound for himself. Like everyone knows that's Tom Morello, right? When you hear
yeah,
him.
because he wanted to be the DJ of the band,
Yeah.
but on guitar.
Yes,
so
that's
yeah,
a
it's
perfect
weird.
example.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, he says he like his goal is like to be the DJ on guitar.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's why like it drew me to him because no one does that.
Right?
And then like Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van Halen for sure. And then probably I really like when I was first starting because I was really heavy into like all the thrash stuff. So Gary Holt from Exodus was way up there because that right hand is nuts.
Yeah.
So
So was that 4 or
That was 5.
That was
That
5.
was 5.
no Petrucci? You have his damn guitar.
I guess that's why.
I got him way later.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
said
it's
the first 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're not starting out on Petrucci.
No. That, I mean, he would be. I guess if I'm actually picking up guitar, so like the stuff that we're writing for our band, I'm trying to get like I'm using a lot of his patches from the Neural DSP plugins. So I'm kind of like
man, yeah.
I'm like tapping into like how he would write something, but I can't get anywhere close to that. I'm very like
There's a lot of time on the guitar.
Yeah. And I play on a 7-string Solar, which is a really nice guitar.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
We got that as a gift or we got it from Goose Chase.
A gift. I remember paying for that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm
It
getting
was
confused.
a gift to him.
It was a gift.
Yeah, because he got to play it. It became his guitar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
was
a beautiful
It was
one.
a gift to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
From you.
What was another guitar that we were thinking of getting? That was the next guitar.
Kiesel.
Oh, Kiesel, yeah.
What do you think about those?
Chet uses a Kiesel when we do the super low drop stuff. So we use those at 3 doors down. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a.
They're good. They're good
those
for
are
like
really
the
good.
heavy tunings.
There's another guitar that's very similar to the Kiesel, with the headless stock.
No, there's a few companies that make the headless ones. I
Yeah.
haven't played any headless stocks.
I remember.
Yeah.
I have some friends I have a friend Nate in town who he loves the headless stocks though.
Mm. Do you like? How do I mean? Have you played? You haven't played on one. You said. No.
No, I haven't touched one.
I was gonna say because
They're
like
too intimidating to me.
yeah, like I feel like I might break it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I'm like curious how like the tuning is on that, and like if it's lock tuning on the like from the bass or if
Yeah,
it's on
I
the top.
haven't.
So
I haven't looked it up because they kind of scare me.
Well, what are your recommendations for guitar players that you think are the best ones to pick up in your opinion?
Man, it really depends on like the sound you're trying to go for. Like, because my first good guitar was a Les Paul because man, I should have put these two guys in the influence list. It was Slash
Honorable
and Lenny
mentions.
yeah, Slash and Lenny Kravitz are why I have a Les Paul and the nose piercings.
oh, nice.
Yeah. So I just like when I was like trying to play guitar, like I like the thrash, but I also like Guns N' Roses, and there was a lot of Les Paul stuff. But then if you're trying to get like a Jeff Beck sound, you're gonna want a Strat.
Yeah.
And it just really just depends on what you're trying to play, really.
Imagine playing metal on a Strat.
I don't want to.
It's got to sound different, you know.
Yeah, not as heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your guitar that you're playing on now? I know you have a few you said you own. What is like your go-to?
The main ones, it's my Les Paul, and then my Petrucci, and then those are my two main guitars. I have some others, but I just haven't touched them really in a while. And then my main bass, I have a 5-string Yamaha, the BB 735. I just love that 5. It is really heavy. It's just such a good sound. Like Yamaha, they make just really good quality stuff for like not like that expensive. That's why I like using them for bass.
I haven't played on a Yamaha. Every time I see one, I always think they're built somewhat cheaply.
What?
You know? Yeah, like a guitar.
Look at the BB series.
Yeah.
That's the one that I have. They are sturdy.
I gotta check them out.
Jack from Exodus. That's the one that he uses the BB series, and Dice has the BB 735 that I have. He has that same one in his house too.
Yeah, I always my go-to like guitars would be like because I like the way they feel. They're light.
Yeah.
And the frets aren't as wide as the Ibanez. You know, the Ibanez guitars.
Right. Yeah, I haven't really played like Yamaha guitars. Like I'm more on their bass. I like their basses a lot.
My dad had a BC Rich. Ever
Oh,
played on
really?
those?
Yeah.
Those things are heavy.
Yeah, like Kerry King played them for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sound great, and they're great for like metal, but they're so heavy.
You know,
Yeah, but look at I got a Gretsch, and those things are heavy
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Those
same
things-
Les Pauls. Yeah.
Oh, but I
Yeah.
just love them. They just have this
Yeah.
sound, you know, this rich
Oh my
sound.
God.
Zach Wild plays on a
Is
Les,
it
right?
the hollow body Gretsch or is it a?
Oh no, it's a solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are heavy.
Yeah.
But yeah. I would love the one that Chris Cornell plays in Pretty Noose, that silver one, that's a hollow body with the sparkles.
Yeah,
That's
the
my
Gibson. Yeah.
oh, that's my dream one. That
The
one.
Gibson.
Yeah, I know.
And I remember I took a picture with it, and I was like, man, this is as big as my whole front
Yeah.
body. It would
Yeah.
cover me up.
Yeah, those are huge guitars. Yeah,
Gorgeous though.
but they sounded great.
Yes, they sound amazing. I guess it depends on what you feel is like your style and your sound.
I mean, like if you're just starting to play guitar, you just have to go into a store and just grab a ton of them and just see which one you like best, really.
Do you own a lap steel?
Yeah, it's a Gretsch.
Okay.
That's the one I play in Coffin Hunter.
Yeah, I had the clip pulled up here. Is this the one that you played it on this one?
Yeah, let's show
the
clip.
That's the lap steel I have. Yeah.
So this is Jeremy with Coffin Hunter back in 2019. They're still doing stuff?
No, not really. Jack has like arthritis, and it's really hard to play banjo when you have bad arthritis.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so that's Jack from Exodus, and that he's the main guy in that.
I thought that was Chris Murphy.
Yeah, that's Dave back there.
Dave on drums. Look
Wow,
at
look
his hair.
at his hair.
Yeah, we threw each other every gig we could, man.
Jeez.
The cross-pollination is like, wow, you guys all played in different bands, but it was like, it's all like a chart.
A lot of it was me and Dave were together in so many of them. That's just what we did. That's how we grew here.
That's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the bluegrass band,
Yeah,
right?
it's bluegrass, but there's drums. But like the sound is like total, like, I mean, we have banjo, we have steel, we have mandolin. Yeah.
So were they from Nashville too?
Jack's from like the Bay Area. That's how he got Exodus. And then he ended up moving out here, and he just wanted to continue that band, so he got just a bunch of Nashville guys. Like that story's weird too. We all of me, Dave, Jack, and CJ, singer, the bass player, we went to a spot we were gonna we had a trip for these like abandoned ghost towns, like the coal miner towns.
Yeah.
That we wanted to go visit, and then the band that was playing, they were playing steel, and I just leaned into Jack. I was like, dude, I love that. That's why I have a steel. He was like, you play steel? And he was like, you want a gig? I'm like, yeah. He was like,
sure.
He's like, cool. He was like, cool. I booked a gig, but I don't have a band. And he was like, yeah, I need bass and I need drums. They're like, what the hell?
Gotcha.
And you're like,
So we got that gig in a restaurant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
that's a restaurant?
No, how we all
that,
got the Coffin Hunter gig.
No.
We all went out to get like food and beers and like go over like abandoned like coal miner towns.
Oh
and then
yeah.
we left with a
Wow.
gig.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of towns like that over there, right? Like you go.
Yeah. It's like a few hour drive. Yeah. All the old coal miner towns.
How hard is it to play on a lap steel compared to like how would you compare that with a guitar?
You play a lot less. Like you don't want to play all over. It's just to add some stuff, and it's you do an open tuning too, so you really gotta kind of just kind of relearn.
It's more or less like
you're just
like singing, like making it sing it almost like a solo.
Yeah, it's just you're not playing like with the guitar, you're playing the whole song. Where that it's just to add stuff when it needs it. They're fun.
It's very different. Very
unique,
different than
yeah.
the other band. Yeah.
I like how diverse you are.
I love that.
I just like all kinds of music, man.
So the
cool.
whole thing that we're doing, so Sky Museum is the band that we're in, and the whole idea is, when you go to a museum, there's a bunch of different art from different artists, different floors, different eras, and so every song is like a painting, right? You use different colors. Like even when I write, I think I think of colors and I think of like energy and frequencies, and it'll make me just write lyrics that are like either dark, light, red, gray.
It's awesome.
And so we've already had two collaborations. We're working on a third, and the first one was around COVID, and it was with this producer, multi-instrumental, really amazing guy named Joshua Wu, and he's from London. And me and him decided, let's just write a song. So we started writing music together, and we did it as a collaboration. And then the second one is with Adam Ferris from Kansas. That he's in a band called Parthium. Amazing band. I feel like they need more exposure because they're crazy good. They're like prog metal core, and they're super good guys. And everybody, but he's completely different. He's so metal, right? And then Josh was very like formulated Beatles, like, so we did like a grungy song that had like kind of Beatles structure, and so what the point is like every song has its different flavor because collaborations bring in different sounds, different,
Oh my God, yeah, for sure. It keeps it interesting that way.
And at the end, I want the album to be filled with different mixing of genres, and the next one
that way it's gonna be a really interesting album.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like collaboration, right? It's so key because that's how you really open up your world, and genre blending, like Audio Slave was very different than a lot of the albums that Soundgarden had. They were all
Rage.
kind of right. And then
way different than Rage Against the Machine, yeah.
And then when he went solo and did that album with Timbaland, right? It was very different.
Weird,
And I loved it. And a lot of some bands, some older fans didn't. But I was like, well, I mean, it sucks because you guys don't listen to a bunch of different genres, and that's what's cool about it,
Yeah, can't be closed-minded on a lot of like stuff that's out there.
No, I hate where people are because they're losing out on so much good stuff.
Yeah, you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, Carry On was very bluesy too. When he did the solo project. So I appreciate all kinds of music, and I love that you can show us different avenues that you've played in different bands and with friends that you've also like integrated.
That's the best part.
That's the best. That's the best. It's like a family unit.
Yeah, like, I just love that like me and Dave just like threw each other everything and just built each other up, and it worked out. Obviously, but it's like it's just awesome how many different things me and him did. And like the other night we did there's like a charity show here that my buddy John puts on, and man, neither of us like read who we were playing with really. Like we just like learned our songs and showed up or whatever, and I asked Dave, hey, what are you playing on? And I forgot which song we had, but he's like, oh, I'm on this one. I was like, wait, I'm on that one too. But we didn't even know we were playing together that night, like last week. Yeah, we're like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
I'll see you there, man. You'll be there.
Yeah. Well, we found out when we got to the venue. Like,
when you got there that day.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, what song are you playing tonight? And it was like, oh, hell yeah.
I'm on that one too. Let's go.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's the best. That's the best. Playing with friends and then touring and then being in festivals together. So the next one, when is the next show that you have going on?
I think it's the Three Doors Down weekend in May when we do Welcome to Rockville. That's like the next thing, and I have another like bass playing gig coming up. Not announced yet, but I'm just kind of waiting on the dates on that. So it's like right now it's 2 months away, but I don't know when I'm going to get that call. So it could be a lot sooner. So
yeah, late spring, summer. That's when all the stuff starts happening. A lot more gigs.
Yeah, it's like May. Yeah, we're doing the festival run in May, and then July to August, I believe, is that tour.
Oh, that's exciting. Is there any place that you love to travel the most? Any venue particularly that you are like, I love that fucking place?
Man, like probably just like places like all those big ones in like England and stuff, like O2, and because like we did Madison Square Garden, so I got to cross that one off.
Nice.
We did it last year with Creed.
Bucket list. Yeah,
we did that with Creed. Yeah.
Amazing.
So that was like
that's the dream.
That was a big one.
That's the dream, honey. Yeah, you did it.
Especially being from New York. Yeah.
Heck yeah! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah, venue-wise, I don't know. I always look forward to the venue in there's this venue in New Hampshire, and like they're known for their backstage and hospitality. Like there's like full ass like lobsters. Like they treat there's like a golf like a putt course back there. There's a heated pool. Like So it's not so much like a dream thing, but that's like one I always look at Master Tour like, come on, please, come on.
Give me a day in between while I'm up there. So
I
I
want
have stuff
those
to do.
lobster rolls.
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck yeah. I get it because food and traveling is like the best, I think, in life.
Yeah,
And
so
music. And then
they
you put
have it
music
set up
in
where it's
there.
like a vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make it like a vacation for us back there. It's awesome.
Catering is definitely like one of those
Oh,
things
yeah.
that make it or break it. It's like, oh, what, man? They got these, the carts and everything and the trays of food and it's hot food. It's not just sandwiches, you know? It's
Right.
Like, oh, it's the best.
Then I get
of-
home, like, I have to cook. Ugh.
Yeah. Speaking of touring, do you normally sleep on the bus or do you get yourself like rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like rooms on off days, but when it's like, you know, city to city, it's we sleep on the bus.
How clean is your bus?
Tour manager, production manager, make sure it's clean.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if they were on that show, that bus
Yeah,
show.
there's a channel on YouTube that we come across, and there was a few bands that that we had on the podcast that had
The funeral portrait
the
was
funeral
on
portrait
it.
was on there, and they had
Okay.
a bus tour, right? A tour bus tour where they do an interview with the band members, and they tour their little tour bus that they're touring in,
Yeah.
and you can see how like they upkept it in a sense, but they're like
Right.
doing it themselves, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was wondering if you guys ever had like an opportunity to do stuff like that.
No, we don't do those tours, but like, yeah, we make sure it's clean because I mean you're living on it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's our home for like 4 months. Yeah.
And how many are in the crew?
I want to say 10 or 11.
Wow.
I want to say, yeah, we have 2 buses.
On a single bus? What's on a single bus?
Oh, we have 2 buses. Band on one and then crew on the other.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's a lot of crew members.
Well,
Yeah.
it takes a lot to put on a show like that, for sure.
Yeah, man, Creed, they had like 4 or 5 buses last year. They had a lot of people. Yeah.
Whoa.
How many, like, how comfortable are the bunks in the bus? Because I've never actually like laid in one of those. I would assume it's like a bunk bed. Like,
We get newer ones and they feel good. But you could always our production manager Curtis, he buys a memory foam thing to put on like underneath the sheets and stuff, so it's even comfier. But I have no problem sleeping on the bus.
You're
'Cause I have
exhausted by the end. You probably just pass out.
yeah, all the work. You guys have
Yeah,
done.
but also they have like the blackout curtains and stuff, so it's
Oh.
like completely black, and I get really good sleep on tour actually.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what matters too, because like you don't want to be exhausted like setting everything up and
Every day.
yeah.
No.
Because what you do is physical every day. Like you're a physical person.
And
Always
you
doing
gotta
things.
pay attention to detail, and you can't do that if you're sleep deprived.
Is it? Do you feel like it's like Groundhog's Day every day?
A little bit.
A
Yeah.
fun one
A little
though.
bit for sure.
A fun
A lot
day.
of the venues look alike too.
I bet it's like a treat when something random does happen. You're like, yes, something different.
Yeah, or when it's like you walk in, you just recognize the venue
Yeah.
from like last year or two. It's like, all right.
Have you ever had like security from the venue like try to tell you what to do, and you're like, I already know the whole procedure here.
We had someone that like on the sheets, like it said that I can bring guests, like escort them around with like my laminate. And the one lady was like, she was telling me that like that wasn't the case. And it was towards the end of the tour. I was like kind of bitchy. I didn't say it, but I wanted to be like, did you go to the security meeting? Because then you know the real answer.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of happened with Cameron Spencer from Three Door Cinema Club. Remember he said
Two Door Cinema Club.
He said that he had the laminate and everything, and he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, but they didn't want to let us go in to the venue,
Yeah.
and like I was like, it's fine,
It's
and we
okay.
went to eat
The
and stuff.
laminate.
Yeah. So some-
Laminate is not a pass.
Yeah, it's not a sticky, it's a laminate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then when we went to eat, he forgot his ID, and then he had to tell the waitress, "No, I'm playing there, and
Shit.
my band is playing." And then he had to show them like the Instagram, and they were playing the Tonight Show, and he's like, "Okay, you're good then, but let me see your picture."
Damn.
But it was crazy. Those kind of things happen.
That's
sometimes.
funny.
Is there any country that you fell in love with and you love going to when you're on tour?
I haven't gone out of the country much besides like Canada. Like since I've been with Three Doors, we've only done the States.
Oh, really? But they
Yeah,
have
so I
tours.
really want to get like overseas sometime.
Yeah, so maybe. Well, is there a place that you really, really want to go to? I know for me
really
it's
want to go to
Japan.
New Zealand. Yeah, Japan. Oh my God,
New
yes.
Zealand. Everyone
Yeah.
tells me, anyone that's gone to New Zealand is like, that is the most beautiful place in the world.
Yeah,
then,
my friend Monty in town, she just went too, and the pictures are insane.
yeah, it's like everywhere you look is a painting. That's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so scenic and gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, Japan and New Zealand are like two places I really want to visit.
Yeah, me too. Oh, Luna's back.
I gotta put my ears in. Putting my ears in, my hair gets caught up inside there, and it's like, oh.
Yep, I used to know that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's like when
Well,
you go to sleep, you don't have all that hair.
because you have such a long beard,
Yeah.
how much does it get tangled in the strings?
It doesn't.
No?
I'm careful. Yeah, I'm careful with it. Yeah.
Because I can see that happening, you know?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I just make sure it doesn't, because that would suck.
You lay the guitar on top of the beard, or?
Yeah, it's like a little nest for it.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
great.
so I gotta talk about this.
Mhm.
Green Jello.
Green Jello!
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Childhood memories for me and my brother.
Yeah, that was the first big gig I got. Yeah.
How fun is that kind of, like, those guys and like
The shows were insane because you just like never knew what was gonna happen at any of them.
that must have been like a hell of a time.
How did you get that gig?
Yeah. Sorry.
How did you get the gig to play with them?
So I had a couple local bands back in Syracuse, and one of them we opened for Jello at some show, and me and Bill just were like Facebook friends or whatever, and probably, I think it was like the next year, out of nowhere he needed a guitar player, and it was when they came to Syracuse. So Bill messaged me. I had to learn to set in a day.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
How many songs?
9, I want to say. It wasn't a ton, but it was still like I was working at Sears at the time,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, hey, I have to go. Like, I'm not afterwards. I'm telling you, I gotta go.
Yeah. I have an
See
emergency,
ya.
okay?
Yeah.
Peace.
So I got that call that like the morning like of the show.
So did you quit the job then, or did you quit afterwards?
No, I didn't quit it because it was all like weekend stuff.
Oh.
So I was part-time anyway, so they just like worked around it.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was, and the store manager, he knew I was always gigging too, so he totally understood.
Hmm.
But it was just funny going like, hey, I have to because I have to play this tonight.
Yeah. This is the spontaneous moment that is important to my life right now. So
Yeah. For real, yeah, that was the first big gig I got too.
And that's how it all started too, right?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you
Yeah,
played.
that started everything. Yeah.
How many shows did you play with them?
I don't know. It was like I did a solid like 3 years.
Hmm.
16 and 19. I'm not sure how many shows. It was a
For
lot.
3 years, yeah.
You were really young too.
Yeah. 2016, I was 23 when I got it.
Wow.
As
You
soon
were
as-
living the dream.
so we got a clip here.
Living the dream.
Yeah,
this
you,
clip.
You're playing on this song called Three Little Pigs.
I love this song. This is the song. This is my childhood right
This is
here.
a song, yeah.
At
The video.
Mohawk Place.
Oh, the claymation, yeah.
Oh my God, me and my little pig, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. All right, so this is the song, and Green Jello.
There's chaos happening on stage.
Yeah, I could see that.
A lot of shit going on.
And they're like they put on a performance, right? Like everyone's dressed up.
Yeah. I never did that, but like, cause I can't see when I'm wearing one of those. But yeah,
Green
that was
Jello
a hometown
sucks.
show because Bill's from Buffalo, so that was a cool packed hometown show we did.
Wow. Trying to see if I can see you up there. It's a dark stage.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those shows were fun just because you had no idea what was gonna happen.
I could just imagine.
Yeah.
Like beer
The
getting
audience
thrown
is
everywhere.
Just as weird as the music is.
Oh my god, what the heck is that?
That's just,
Is that a panda throwing up?
it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
No, that's one of the pigs.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
got
that one. Oh,
in
I
the
see
middle,
what
yeah.
you mean.
the panda.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was after.
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude, they
It's
were
chaos on
wild
stage.
shows. They were fun. Yeah, he'd have like the crowd put those on and come up on stage while we're all playing that, and then the second song was always Anarchy and Bedrock, and he'd have them go to a puppet mosh pit, and it was the weirdest thing to see.
So much stuff on stage.
There's a lot happening.
You have no room to do anything.
No, not at all.
Jeez. Is it?
It's almost like a
Is
rap
that-
concert when
is-
they have like all these people on the stage.
Is that part of the crew?
The entourage,
The
yeah.
entourage.
So those are crew members.
There no crew on that. That was just us.
Oh, with the masks?
No, there's audience.
As audience members?
Yeah, every show we call it. Yeah.
Like you're wearing
Yeah.
this. Come here.
Yeah, they volunteer, yeah.
Blow your house in. Blow your house in. I remember me and my little brother would watch. And we're like, oh, it's the Three Little Pigs song.
That's great.
Yeah,
They're not
yeah.
perfect.
Well, all the claymation in the video, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then Rambo shows up.
It's so weird.
Was this the first leg that you played on?
Yeah, this is right after I got it.
Ah.
Oh my God!
The-
Look at.
In the crowd. Look
Looks like he's humping someone.
at the giant. The
Oh,
friggin'
the wolf.
the wolf.
Yeah, that would just happen.
That's nuts. That's what makes a show, though, right? Like the spontaneity of like
I
things
love
that
all
just
that
pops
stuff.
up, right?
Yeah, they didn't get boring.
I would have had a blast. That's all I know.
Yeah.
How was the sound on
Yeah,
the stage?
Not great.
He was like, I had to really pay attention.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. Can't be hammered doing that gig.
Jeez.
I would
That
have.
looks like a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So you were a part of that, Jeremy. You were a part of that.
Yeah, for 3 years. Yeah.
Oh man.
So cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
It just seems like there would be a lot of drinking. It would be a lot of black. No, I'm just
Well, he
kidding.
just said that you can't.
You
like
would think,
shows
but
like that,
Bill's
you
sober.
can't.
No.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Wait, who's sober?
You would think though.
Who?
Sorry.
Who was sober?
Bill, the singer of Jello.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's like no drinking. Yeah, there's like no drinking.
Nice.
So I've noticed there's a really cool pattern that we've had a few guests. I'm sober. I'm straight edge too myself.
Oh.
Like I said, I think when people ask me, oh, why don't you drink? I'm like, because I did it professionally really young when I was a teenager. I mean, growing in
Yeah.
New York City, a kid here, I mean, I would get into all the clubs too young. I mean, I don't know how it is
Right.
now, but I did it professionally really young, and then I retired early. And
Yeah,
that's-
you were really good at it.
and I was good. Yeah. And so, I don't feel, especially as a performer, you want to be 100%
Yeah.
on stage, and you want to present
You have to
yourself
be.
fully, right? And be.
Oh yeah, you have to be.
So I've noticed a lot of our guests are like, yeah, we don't drink, or so it's kind of refreshing to see that it's not like back in the days where it was like very. I mean, we lost a lot of good musicians because they went over the edge, right?
Yeah.
So-
Oh yeah.
I think now it's a very different scene, and I think it's really cool that it's not. It could be chaotic like that, but organized chaos is my thing.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. It's just not like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Like with like bands all getting fucked up and everything, and it's just not really like that anymore, which is
'Cause
nice.
those
Yeah.
are the ones that don't last, I feel, right? Like they just end up breaking up, or like it's like, man, you just can't be sloppy like that.
Right? No, you can't. No one's gonna go to shows.
Yeah, yeah. And then it gets around too.
Oh yeah, easy.
That's awesome. I would have guessed that.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool to
Yeah.
hear.
Right? No, I wouldn't either. Yeah.
Wow. So that was what really started a lot of it. Like just Green Jello, all those.
Yeah, it was the first. Yeah, they kept building and building after that. Yeah.
So what's something that's happening this year that you're really looking forward to achieve by the end of 2025?
The one thing that I'm really looking forward to is something that's not announced yet, which I'll tell you guys when we're done.
Okay.
But
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's a gig that it's like a band that
It's one of
I
those
like,
NDA
that I
type
love a lot.
things.
What's up?
It's one of those NDA type things.
It's not an NDA, it just hasn't been announced yet. So
Okay.
I'm just like being safe on it.
Yeah,
by not
yeah.
saying it. But
I got
yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that, playing bass doing that a little bit this year, and
Cool.
that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, we won't tell anyone you're playing with Sleep Token.
Hey, I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for not telling them I'm Vessel.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I don't know how you hide the beard, but you do it.
I know, right? Imagine.
It's just all built into the costume.
Yeah. So cool, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So your next show is, you said, it's gonna be in Rockville, right?
Yeah.
Is that in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then Dave's on that one too, so it's gonna be awesome to see him.
Mm.
There's gonna be a lot of your friends there in their
I
band.
can't wait.
So if you want to
Yeah, I
catch,
can't wait.
if you want to catch Jeremy and Dave and all the fun people we had on our podcast, definitely check out that festival.
That festival has some big names too. Is
Yeah.
there anyone that you're really looking forward to? Of course, other than your friends,
Mm.
on the bill.
I'm only there for the one day,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah, because we have other festivals that weekend. But the one that I'm really looking forward to on our day is Body Counts playing.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're going to see Ice-T.
Wow.
that's hardcore.
Yeah, Ice-T's thrash metal band. I'm pumped.
So great. That's a blend right there, if you haven't heard of one.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that don't really. I can't remember who else is on our day, but yeah, besides like them and Save and Abel and Hailstorm, I'm seeing they're right before us. And
So
Wow, so you
It's
guys
gonna
are
be really
opening
fun.
up for them. That's big. Yeah.
no, they're right before us, and then Shinedown's after us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
it's gonna be a good day. Yeah.
And you guys are playing on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday?
Let me take a look right now.
How do you not have this on your list right now?
Pull it up.
Yeah,
I want to
right.
see all the names
Yeah, let me
because
see. Rockville,
there's
right?
a lot of names.
Yeah,
that are-
welcome to Rockville.
Rockville Festival.
Yeah, we're playing on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. So it's Thursday through the 15th.
Thursday through Sunday. They're
through
4 day. Yeah,
Whoa.
Oh, there it is. Let me
Right.
see.
it's a lot of bands.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Green Day, Linkin Park. You're on Thursday. Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
this is the first list right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Zombies on that one.
Yeah, look at that, Rob Zombie. Oh, these are all different stages.
That's the day that you're playing. So Rob Zombie.
Yeah, that first column right there. Yeah.
Hmm.
Bullet for My Valentine. Body Count. That's the one. Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Are you staying for all the festival dates, or you have to move to a different?
Trivia.
Yeah,
Location out that
we're only
day.
there that Thursday because we have like 3 other festivals that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, we have different festivals. Yeah.
You're gonna miss out on the other bands.
I know.
Yeah, look at that. Testament.
Missing out on Exodus.
Bad Omens.
Yep,
Basically.
Knock Loose.
Jeez, this is huge.
Yeah, there's a lot of great bands
Pierce
on
the
that.
Veil,
Bush.
Linkin
Sublime.
Park.
So cool.
Incubus, Testament.
It's just like legends on top of legends.
Yeah.
Amazing to be on a bill with all those amazing bands.
That's sick. Yeah.
Super sick.
So, what do you do on your downtime? Like, if you're not playing shows or if you're not, touring?
Just trying to find just random, just like one-off work here, and then just like picking up any kind of gigs I can.
Like teching gigs?
So I try to be as busy as I can, and then I'm just practicing all the time too.
Practicing for fun.
Practicing for fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's when I can learn Dream Theater and Opeth because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, Dream Theater. Oof. Guitar.
Yeah, I love Opeth too for that reason.
Oh yeah,
Opeth is really good too.
I got the.
Opeth's awesome.
What picks do you use?
Just I still have a bunch of my customs left over, so I still use a lot of those. I don't really know the gauge. I'd have to email my pick guy, but but yeah, I have so many left over, and so those are just the ones I just gravitate to because they're mine.
I've been using the Jazz 3s.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it. Yeah, I use those in this band I had called Guillotine, and he made all the Jazz 3 custom picks, so I use those in that band.
I know Petrucci uses these.
He does.
And they're very small profile, and they're thick, but they're like you can hit those like squeals easily because it's like so close.
So you're multi-instrumental, right, Jeremy?
Hmm?
So do you prefer one or the other, and how many instruments do you play?
Guitar, bass, steel, mandolin. I'd say 4. Man, like my favorite's always gonna be just regular guitar, but I do like when I get to play like mandolin and steel because I rarely get to play those.
Mandolin and steel, yeah, those are not easy either.
No, they're not. They're not. But so it was cool that just being able to sit down and just get good at it.
What was the first big solo that you nailed that you were like really excited to learn how to play when you first started picking up the guitar?
I think it was probably Enter Sandman, like everybody did.
Wow, that's a big one though. Metallica.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a good solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Metallica. They were a band I tried to learn so many of their songs when I first started playing because I was like, they were kind of like James Hetfield was kind of why I started playing guitar.
Yeah, I remember the first Madison Square Garden concert I went to was Metallica, and I was just like, damn. But I remember my seats were really sucky. They were really far, and I was like,
Get the binoculars
I
out.
was like, I'll never. Well, I didn't get the tickets. I will not go to a concert there if it's that far away. It's just not the same. Like I would always get general admission or like the closest I could get. I remember I went to see David Gilmour at Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
And I sat in the 5th row and I was like, oh my God. Like I was just
That's wild.
I my eyes started like welling up, all the solos. Yeah, and to me I'll never go back to like all the way.
Dream Sonic with Dream Theater on the 2nd row.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit.
That was epic.
Nice.
Oh,
And that was by luck too.
that was by luck. He got so
Really?
lucky.
Free tickets.
So
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, I think we were like amongst like family and people they knew and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
All the comps, yeah.
Animals
cool.
as leaders, they were incredible.
Devin Townsend.
That was incredible. That was another one that had like monster bands in that tour. So is there any concerts other than like the concerts that you're, in that you want to see this year?
The Cat Williams, the comedian's gonna be here in a couple days. I really want to go see that.
Yeah, those are so fun. Like comedians.
I love stand-up comedy.
Yeah, me too.
Deftones are coming here in a couple weeks. I'm definitely gonna go to that.
Deftones.
Yeah, I want to
love
go.
Deftones.
I want to go if it's not $1,000 to go see them because it's so it's so crazy now. Growing up.
Yeah, like 9 Inch Nails is coming here, and those prices are nuts.
Yeah, no kidding. Like the last concert, I think I spent like $800 with the tickets and the merch. and I got like the Sleep Token jacket, which was $150, which I don't regret at all because it's fucking awesome and so cozy. But like, but you have to get that merch, you know. You got to get that good merch.
You do. You do. Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, I think concerts are the one thing that you spend a lot, but you can't. Those memories you'll always have.
Yeah, you keep them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So you like Deftones too? That's awesome. I love Deftones.
They're so horny. I love it.
Right?
There's Chino moaning the whole time.
I know. Oh no. Yeah. It's a vibe. It's what I noticed about them.
It's such a vibe.
I noticed that people either love or hate them. It's no like gray area. And
no, there's no one just likes them.
Right? They're like, I kind of like some of their songs. No, it's like, Chino, or like, Chino is so good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, no in between. So I mean, it's good though. It's good.
Yeah, they're a good show too.
Yeah, I hope I can score some tickets because they sold out. Like they sold out in Madison Square Garden. So I have to do the scalping thing if I that's why I'm afraid.
Yeah.
That's why I'm afraid. But sometimes
I haven't checked if they're sold out here yet. I probably should do that.
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I think we're at the end of most of the questions, unless there's any questions in the chat. That there's any questions, you guys let us know. And but then we're gonna get into our last and final question, which is, I know if you read it, it's either really easy or really hard to come up with the 12 songs of the soundtrack of your life, which is either, like songs that remind you of your childhood. It could be like Enter Sandman because it was the first song that you ever learned how to play the solo. It could be a song that reminds you of like a really good memory growing up. It's the 12 songs that make...
Yeah, I started to make a list on my phone.
Oh, so you came prepared.
Not fully.
Not
but
fully.
I can't, nope, not fully.
But
and I can't find my phone.
Sometimes it's exciting because you don't realize that when you're under pressure, like the ones that usually pop up really quick are the ones that you can't mistake, are the ones that are supposed to be on that list because you can't forget them.
Yeah. So for me, going off the top of my head on what I remember from the list I made, Master of Puppets for sure.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, because that riffage, man, it just made me want to learn. Then Enter Sandman, because that was the first solo I nailed. But then going towards like goofy songs, the first song I ever heard where I was like, they can say that was Why Does It Hurt When I Pee by Frank Zappa.
Why does it hurt when I pee?
By Frank Zappa. That was the first one where I was like, oh, they can sing songs like that. And and then going deeper into that was Girl from Oklahoma by Steel Panther, because that's way raunchier.
Yeah.
So
bring on the raunch.
Just like, yeah, so those songs, like those two right there, just like told me that you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. So I have those. Pull Me Under by Dream Theater is what made me get heavy into that.
He got a Dream Theater song in there. See?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And then songwriting wise, like Sound of Silence, I love.
That's a nice one.
There's that and their harmonies the whole time.
Yeah.
Trying to think more. Hey Jude, I have by the Beatles, because like I'd go see Paul McCartney with my dad a ton, so that's always a great like live song when they're all doing that at the end. So that one.
That's special.
Trying to think of more. Yeah, that 12 is hard.
Well, it's usually like whichever ones pop on, like just without you thinking too much.
Yeah, for me, then it'd be like I'd get like
think of the
obviously
albums
Outshine.
you love.
Obviously Outshine, because I have that memory.
It has to be in there.
Yeah. I Want It That Way is a really good one.
By the boy band?
Yep.
He's like, yep.
Because I was gonna say.
I saw them in New Kids on the Block back in Buffalo, and for me, because it was like I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a fun night with a bunch of hits. But then like a bunch of my friends back home, they were like, oh man, like so gay or like blah blah blah. I was like, no, I'm in one of 10 guys in a crowd of 18,000 women.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Taking
It's like
advantage of this.
You're like
Yeah,
the
right,
one
yeah.
token guy in yoga that there's always
I
because
used to do Zumba.
okay, so
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was-
you already
I
know,
know
you
all
got
about
the
it.
best view. You got all
Yeah.
of these women. They're like, hey,
With
what are
one
you
guy
doing here,
like,
guys?
with like 30 women. Yeah,
Right.
just shaking our hips.
Exactly, exactly.
See
So
Jeremy
you know,
like, hey, baby.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I tell my cousins,
Yep,
they're like,
Dave
oh.
has plenty of Dave has plenty of stories about that.
Oh my god! Oh, damn it! We need to ask him now. So yeah, like that's what I always say. Like my cousins, if they have a hard time like finding a girl, I'm like, you know why? Because you're hitting the club, you're hitting the bars, you're not hitting the
You're
yoga
going to all the
classes.
sausage fests.
Yes, you gotta go where like the women are like, oh my god, what are you? You know what I mean? That's where you go, and they're into
Yeah.
fitness. You know what I'm saying? And they're into a healthy lifestyle. Like, think that's a better place. You know?
Yeah, Zumba, that was a solid plan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You get a
Oh, yeah.
workout and you get to talk to women.
Yeah.
Basically. More songs. Trying to Beat It for me, which I love because it mixed like Michael Jackson and the rock scene. Because then you had Van Halen in there.
Yeah.
Eruption too just got me really into the solo playing. Same with Bark at the Moon. That really
Oh, yeah. Classic.
just that it gets you just more technical as a player, that kind of shit.
How many
I
is
think
that now?
I think you have one more.
I have one
Have
more.
you been counting?
Yeah.
Okay.
One more? Okay. Rick James, Super Freak.
Super freak.
That's my vibe.
With super freaking.
Just
Can you
funky,
dance?
horny, just I did Zumba.
You can do Zumba, yeah. 'Cause I
Yeah,
see you on the
Zumba,
dance floor, you're just doing Zumba.
Yeah, because I'm just shaking my hips violently.
Man, this guy's getting into it.
I love Jeremy. I love Jeremy because I could tell he's a good time.
Yeah.
He's into comedy.
That's
He's
what I
into
find.
all kinds of music. He's like into Zumba and yoga. My kind of dude. And I can
Hell
see
yeah.
I can see why people like having you around, Jeremy.
Thank you.
And I gotta
Yeah.
say, it's been so fun having you on
Yeah,
today.
I was gonna say this has been a fun chat. Yeah.
I told you it was gonna be so fast because we just have so many topics and we just
Yeah,
kind of
2
go
hours
with the
just
flow.
flew by. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so exciting. Hopefully, if whenever you're in the city, let us know. We would love to meet
Yeah,
up
absolutely.
for whatever. Like let's go get a bite to eat or catch a
Yeah, I
show.
love that.
It would be amazing.
Yeah.
If you ever need
Yeah, I
any
love
fill-ins
that.
for any shows, definitely let us know. That'd be great.
Yeah, hell yeah. That'd be awesome.
It was such a great time having you here.
Yeah,
and
that was so much
So
fun.
stick around, Jeremy, right afterwards when we cut off so we can do our final goodbyes. Everyone else that decided to stay and watch the whole entire podcast or came in afterwards, thank you so much for your time and hanging out with us, getting to learn more about Jeremy and his projects and all the fun history he's been through, and much
him
more to come.
in Rockville,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna be playing there. He's gonna do. Are you gonna do behind the scenes with like setting up? Do you do like YouTube stuff? I think that's a good thing when you have those kind of
Cool.
videos.
Like I might just for fun. I haven't done any yet, but it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I've been
it's
seeing a
kinda
lot
fun.
of like drum techs starting to do that now and showing
Yeah.
Like
what it's
Wayne.
like to set up like your kit or the drummer's kit and like how to keep
Yeah.
it clean, how to tune them, how to like and then like the before and then after, then during show, like what he has to do, So
Yeah.
that'd be fun to see from a guitar tech's
It'd be
perspective.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
it's fun for me to
Instagram.
do too.
Your Instagram has a lot of fun pictures. I enjoyed looking at some of those
Well, I'm
pictures.
so unhinged on social media.
I saw the one oh my god, the one did you see the one with the alpacas with the llamas? There were alpacas and llamas with that you took a picture and they
They
were
were
like
alpacas. Yeah.
Alpacas.
They were
So
randomly at one of
cute.
our venues.
They
Yeah,
were
I was
so
like, I
cute.
can't.
I love it. I was like, this guy's gonna
Yeah.
be so fun. I already know because you have such a great sense of humor.
We're gonna have a fun
personality.
time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you guys are gonna be in Florida, please check them out. There's gonna be so many amazing bands. They play on. So 3 Doors Down are gonna be playing on Thursday, and they're right in between Hailstorm and Shinedown. Wow, that's gonna be
Yeah.
epic. You're gonna have
Yeah, it's gonna be a
such an
good time.
amazing time, Jeremy.
Yeah.
So all your
It's gonna be a good day.
socials are
They're
Jeremy
listed.
Barbour.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're listed in the description on YouTube, and also
Sweet.
if you do command Jeremy Barbour on Twitch, your socials will pop up there. So anyone that wants to follow him, definitely do that. And yeah, thanks so much, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This is fun.
We're gonna have Matt also.
Matt Dice.
Your
Come
man,
on.
your dude is
I
gonna
love
be here.
him.
It's gonna be
I love
so
him.
fun. You gotta come and say what's up and give him some questions, and then like we can feed through that too. That's gonna be
I'm
fun.
so down.
Yes.
I'll do the unhinged questions though. They have nothing to do with music.
Please
or
do
anything.
so.
We
That'll be
love that.
fun.
We love it. We love the
Right?
interaction. That's why this
Matt,
is
tell him
Yeah.
about that thing. Matt, tell him about that thing.
It'll be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait because I know Matt's gonna
Yeah,
be a
that'd
good
be
time.
great.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your evening, day, night, whenever, wherever you're tuning in from. We hope to see you again in our future shows. Much love, everyone.
Much love.
Bye.